Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do a book review on two books that I've read within the past year and a half. But they're both by the same author and the same, I guess, PR maven. I studied PR in school, so I thought it was really cool to read her kind of books, and I view her as kind of a role model in that kind of business aspect, and also as a female. I think she's a really powerful person, and she portrays herself in this way. And that woman is Kelly Cutrone from People's Revolution. She was on The Hills as Lauren Conrad's boss, and then she is a judge on America's Next Top Model as well. And I just really like her no-nonsense attitude and how she just is this is the point and this is what I want you to do. And I think it's really refreshing to see in the fashion industry and with media, because I study media, and just as a girl growing up, that is what you see, and you are told all this lies and stuff, and she's just very this is what I want, and this is how you're gonna get it, and she's not gonna lie to you, and I like that about her. And I wish I could aspire to be like that, but I'm still in my shell a little bit. So I've read both her books. So I read them out of order. So I read her second one, The Normal Gets You Nowhere, first. And then I just finished reading If You Have to Cry, Go Outside, and Other Things Your Mother Never Told You, just this past 2 weeks. So I'll go over both books separately. So first thing I guess I'll talk about is, so I'll start with this book. So this book, I read it, and it was very I was so inspired. I wanted to go and do all this stuff after I read it, because it's very this is what you should do in this industry, and just go for it, and made me inspired, because I read it at a time when I was what do I want to do with my life, when I was finishing school, and what is going to come of this. So it was very good to read and inspiring period with that, and I just really I have all these pages dog-eared of advice, because she bolds a lot of things in this book, and this one she doesn't. So I really like it that way. The one thing I felt though that was missing, and I guess it kind of made up for the fact in this book, was that you didn't really see so much of her past and why she became to be who she was. So this is more an actual script to be more of her present and past in the business sense of advice she can give you, which I thought was good. But overall, I really liked this book. It gave me a good stepping points on who I want to be. But, and I think I give this 4 to 5 stars on Goodreads. But If You Have to Cry, Go Outside, I think is the better of the two. This was an amazing read, especially now when I'm going through a quarter life crisis again. I've been a year to school, and so I'm I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I'm a shift supervisor at a retail store, and even though I love being a shift supervisor, I'm what do I want to do with my life? Because all my friends are getting jobs, and I have no idea where I'm going. And so this kind of helped me in that fact. And I also like the fact that it too focused on her past. It focused on how she became to be Kelly Cutrone, instead of being Kelly, this girl from the suburbs of New York, who had a very, I guess, not necessarily religious, but very not necessarily, not small-minded, but close family who didn't want her to go to New York at all. And it also dealt with who growing up in New York, and how she became to be a PR maven, and how she founded People's Revolution, which on Goodreads people were I didn't really want to hear that, because it's a very, on Goodreads it has someone will rate it 1 star, someone will rate it 5 stars kind of thing. A lot of people said they didn't like the fact that it talked about her past, but I did, because I want to know, why did she become this woman? How did she become this woman? And so I just like the fact that it's don't necessarily be religious, and I think some people might take offense to that, don't be religious. She talks about being more spiritual with her, what she calls it, the mother, figure that she sees, and I respect that, because I'm not religious at all. So that was really inspired to me, and also just the fact that this was more in your face advice, while Normal Gets You Nowhere was kind of oh, this is what you should do. This was more this is what you should do. This is what you can do. And it just very showed it at me when in a time of need, pretty much. Maybe that's why I liked it so much, but I really did prefer this one over Normal Gets You Nowhere. It just helped me in the fact of it also tells you more about being a woman in the industry, and how we should stick together as women, and how just to be a female in the media industry or in any industry, or especially in the fashion industry, which I don't really want to go in anyways. And so I really liked it overall, and I just felt it was kind of funny too, because on the train today, this girl was just giving me the eye the whole time, and I was like, thinking in my head, Kelly Cutrone wouldn't like you. That's what I was thinking, and that's ridiculous, but that is what I was thinking. So, it just like, the first part of the book is more about her biography, and the second half is more advice, which I think some people were like, I wish it had been more just advice tips. But as like I said, I really liked that it focused on her biography and who she became and how she got all this advice. Like, I want to know why she gave this advice and stuff. So I just really enjoyed this book. I enjoyed both of them. I think Kelly is a very, like I said, no nonsense person, and I really aspire to be someone like her, or become even half the woman that she is, in the sense that she's not a bullshitter. And I'm still very shy in that aspect. So overall, these books are really good if you want to get motivated, and if you want to be inspired, and if you're a PR communications person and you want to know about one of the most successful women in the business. So I really enjoyed them, and I hope that if anyone wants to read them, you can too. I got them for like $15 or $10 at Chapters. Yeah, so maybe she'll publish more books. I hope she will, because I really like her. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll see you all later. Bye.